Hello, storytellers. It's Storytelling Ron. And this is for the Kickstarter. The last couple days, I want to thank everyone that's supporting it. We're a small little thing there, and that's where I'm going with this. This is a push to show you that for those of you who are still following and haven't purchased, and I'm just trying to do a little sales pitch here. The annual membership I'm going to do on the website is going to be $40. For 1 year, and you're going to get a ton of stuff, and I'm going to show you here what you're going to get. But if you do the Kickstarter, if you do I think it's $50. You get the book, this book. I'm going to do a final updated version. You get this printed book, this little fun thing, and guess what? There's going to be at least two more coming out with the post-apocalyptic. It's Gamma World, Hyperborea type thing. Your missionaries. And then there's a Christians in Space. It's just, it feels like Star Wars, but you're Christians in Space. And in this video, I'll explain it too. But I just want to get this out there first. So if you do the Kickstarter, the $50 one at least, it'll be this. Plus you'll get the $25 annual membership. And I'm going to show you now as I babble on what you get, what you're going to be, stuff that's coming into the annual membership. And there'll be downloads. And I plan on doing future Kickstarters with book prints and Sorry, I'm distracted with the family. Book prints, and I'm thinking about doing like little starter box kits, but we'll figure that out, and that'll be part of the Kickstarters. So anything printed will be Kickstarter, but all of that will be digitally acceptable, reachable, downloadable on my annual membership. So I'll be putting out new game settings, same game rules for everyone. It's just a matter of having swords and bows, and then in the Gamma World post-apocalyptic one, it is a matter of having shotguns and guns and flamethrowers and grenades. And then in the of course we're talking about combat. And then in the Christian sci-fi, it's a matter of having laser guns and cooler weapons like that do more damage, that do more, and it's just a progression. And in the Gamma World one is vehicles. I got some fun, simple vehicle rules and spaceship rules in the sci-fi one, and they all progress up. So literally in the Christian sci-fi one, you could go to a post-apocalyptic planet and deal with, doing mission work there. And so that's my little pitch. If you do the Kickstarter, say for the $50 plus shipping, you'll get the book plus the annual membership and get all this stuff that I'm about to go over. And that's the last few days. So, and if you can support me more, the money I'm using this money to pay for actors to do like little marathon, sort of polished, more controlled, shows. Everyone shows up and we get the show done. That's what the main additional funding is for. That's probably it. That's probably where all the money's going to go. I would like to figure out ways to order some extras because I have a little homeschool convention coming up, and they have let me come in. This is probably the first role-playing game convention or role-playing game product going to a homeschool convention to teach them that role-playing games is very important in the pagan secular world, and we need to use it as a tool, a ministry for kids and families in the Christian world, and show we can do it better. So, so let me go through the what I'm going to be offering on in the near future, because they're almost done. I just need to clean them up. Really, I've been playtesting them and having a blast. So this is obviously the Forlord, the Dark Ages is this one, and then this one here is the Apocalypse, Apostles of the Apocalypse, or maybe Apostles of the Epoch. I'm not, something like that. Right now it's 48 pages, but I'm sure it's going to go way further. And then this is the Christians in Space one, and right now this one is 66 pages, but it's going to go way more because I'm slowly building out and creating the galaxy, the universe, in a close region to Earth. And I'll explain to a little bit of the backstory. But let me go to this. This is really fun. This is part of the Apocalypse one. So in the Dark Ages, you basically, you draw out a map, you create your little adventures around that, and they go exploring. And I don't really do hex crawl on that one. And I'm going to keep it that way. I like the way that is. I mean, you could change it if you want. But in the apocalypse one, I'm doing this like a hex crawl. The world is random right now. Where things are, and the survivors don't know. The Christian survivors don't know, so it's going to be random. And there's a build up to the story. So they come out of their home. So this is the backstory of this setting, and this is me trying to figure out how we Christians need to re-inject ourselves into entertainment at the RPG level. I am basically, I'm going to do this in quotes, stealing every genre that you and I love. Alien setting, apocalypse setting, post-apocalypse setting, zombie setting, sci-fi, Star Wars setting, Gamma World setting. I'm stealing them all. I mean, I'm homage to them all. They're turning it all into this woke ideology, which I think is hopefully dying out, but I doubt it. Because the pagans have taken over, right? And again, I'm going to just fantasy comes from old white guy Europe, and it comes from the mix of paganism and Christianity. And what we Christians have done, and the pagans have loved it, is we've removed ourselves from that fantasy. Now, there's still some Christian fantasy, but but it's not in the mainstream anymore, and it's being moved out. And the pagans are like, yeah. So they've taken over. They've taken over romance, chivalry, good versus evil, helping the widow and the orphan, which are rules of the Bible. And they've taken that as if on their own. And they've never done that in history. They might have done it for themselves, for their people, their own tribe or their own family, but they do not do it as a law, a moral code. Okay. So, anyway, so this here is in the Gamma World setting. The storyline is that the atheists have taken over Earth, and we are all imprisoned in work camps in the near future, and we think that's the end times. So we all discover, or even I would say some Christian creation scientists discover that space travel, and this is based on some theories of creation science, but obviously I'm just going sci-fi with this, is that there's time on Earth and then there's time on the other stars. The time in between doesn't even pass. So what they've realized or theorized that a spaceship going between them, there's no time. Like the time dilation is like so slow because there's no gravity. And so when they get to the other side, it actually only takes a couple of weeks or whatever, and they're all realizing, oh my gosh. So the atheists in their own zealotry want to leave the Earth, and they begin a max exodus. And it's a whole cyberpunk, like we could do a whole cyberpunk dark future setting for that as well. And but at the end of that, they nuke the Earth, to kill it, get rid of the Christians, get rid of Israel. That's what they think they're doing. And so they nuke it and then they leave. So 40 years, 50 years later, 100 years later, the time frame, the Christians in there survive. They survive in these work camps. That's almost like their saving grace in this. So they come out, and they're going to come out now as missionaries. And there's this little big armored RV here. And they're going to come out and try to find survivors, because they think they know there are some based on radios, and there might be other work camps that they've contacted. And they've all got these bunkers, home camps where they've been hiding out and building up their Christian nationalists. And so they've decided to go out and explore and find survivors, and then plant churches and evangelize and save the lost souls. So that's our Gamma World awesomeness, and it's a lot of fun. I've been playtesting it, and they go out and discover, everyone's pagan. They're all worshiping whacked out, made up things and sacrificing humans and enslaving humans and all that. So that's what they got to confront. This is just like the Dark Ages, except you get a vehicle. There's road warrior, mutant marauder, mutant termite, giant, everything, and I'll explain. What you do as a game master is you can roll. I have a D6 charts, and you can roll what's on every side, and you get these little hexes of regular mountains, toxic wasteland, forest, just a regular arid wasteland, desert, and I think there's a swampy marsh one, but maybe I didn't roll it in this one. But I didn't, because I randomly rolled all these once I started with the mountain area, because that's where all the work camps are, sort of like northern Canada, but you don't know what the land is like anymore because it was all nuked. And then they've come down now into the terminal waste, and they've done this now for 7-8 episodes, I guess, or whatever I've got recorded, and it's been a blast. Let me show you. So you roll the random areas. Then in each hex, which is about 30 miles, so about like one adventure or whatever, I have little charts where you roll what's in that area. It could be, it could be a beast, it could be a tribe, it could be, and there's a little just randomness in there, and you get to decide how it all plays out. What the pagans are, the tribe is, if there is any. What is there an artifact, hidden ruin there? So I've got little things there, little charts there, and then of course you can create your own little charts as you go along. As you use up my little suggestions, you can start including in other little things that you think you might want to do, and it's very easy to create creatures in this. I use the basic charts of d4s and +2, +3, whatever, and then different damages. And I did termites. It just said an insectoid type creature. And I'm like, I'm gonna do termites, giant termites, And then there was like some lost tech or something. Oh, okay, so their tunnels are in this, have some sort of lost, ruins that they've dug through, like subways or whatever. And then there's some tech there they can find. See, so that's, and then there's the people they had to find that where they're going to sacrifice themselves. And there was no tribe here, but I put people there just to rescue them. And the people are coming from the forest area over here. This one that they haven't come to yet, but the people they rescued are going to tell them about the forest. And there's mutant marauders in this desert one over here. And there's a camp of mutant marauders over there. And I'll show you that. And there's a dungeon and dinosaurs, what I rolled up in this one. So there's a big reptilian beast, and then he's roaming around some sort of science tower or bunker that has survived. And you can put any kind of monster. So this one is a little more freed up than the Dark Ages one. The Dark Ages one, I'm trying to confine it within the myth and lore of the Dark Ages. This one, all kinds of radioactive mutant creatures you can create. You can have orcs, mutant marauder orcs or whatever that you can create whatever you want in this one and have fun. And let me show you just where they're at. This was a lot of fun. This took them like 6-7 episodes from. So this is all underground, the termite thing here. So I'm kind of revealing everything that happened. And then they rescued these people that wanted. The people came to sacrifice themselves, told by a witch to do it because to keep their tribe safe. So, and they're like, we don't think we want to sacrifice ourselves anymore, or whatever. So they've rescued them and killed these termites. And let me tell you, man, the gun rules in here are a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. The Sister Grace, she finally started using it and just, oh my gosh, I fire, like shooting out the termites. It was a lot of fun. There's a big giant mother termite, and see, you've got the ruins underneath that they can go searching in and find, some old tech because the old civilization. And this one that said she didn't make it, and then this is a burnt one. So one of them, the players has a flamethrower, and like all these piles of ruins have a chance to find tech, some kind of old tech or whatever. This one's over here resting. So, and these are volts, so they're like scary sort of desert vultures. Creatures. And the character used a flamethrower on some, got him, and then these ones grabbed those and picked them up and started eating them on the top of the termite mounds, giant termite mines. So this is I think I was resetting it up or something. But anyway, let me show you real quick and this is all going to be on the downloads, the annual membership. You're going to get this, you're going to get the game. And I'm going to be just constantly building it out. One more. Okay, then I have a bunch of different maps here, but I want to show you one that I've set up, which is this one. This is the mutant marauders that they'll be encountering at some point. They got to figure out what to do with these guys, because these guys are marauders. They're slavers. They're terrifying. Look how many there are. Okay, some of these are going to be slaves, but some of these are scary killers. Now, this guy. Oh, there's a watch out dude up here. I should probably put a little structure there anyway. Like one of these guys. Let me do that. See, and these are all cutouts you can do yourself. And I think I want to do some sort of box set. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is a little tricky, but I want to do like a box set where you have maybe some pre-cut outs of these, nice and hard, nice printable set of them, so it's much easier to create that world. So see, and over here, some sort of little creature encounters, and I this is not to scale. Like this could be a few miles away or whatever. I'll kind of play it off that, and so they could be here, and it's not really that close. They're looking at them through binoculars from far away or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, this is basically. And these guys are so confident anyway that they're not really. I might take down these towers, maybe give them an arrogance, that they're not worried about people attacking them. Depends on how I feel the party is. If they're really, no, they can be sneaky, or if they're just being a little careless. I don't know. I haven't figured that out. I just set this up recently in preparation for them, but they're taking their sweet time getting through this. Okay, so that's what I'm working on. And I didn't. You know what I don't have in here, which I should probably add, is some motorcycles. Where did I put all those dudes? I don't even know where they are. Folks. What? Where's all the mutant marauders? All right, I'll figure this out later. But I do have motorcycles as well. Okay, so that's the Apocalypse one, and it's going to get more and more crazy. Like there's a tile. There's a rare tile that once you get to the city, that then starts sort of like the finale campaign of the that you can do for them. I have to still build that out. I still have to build that out. So I'm asking for encouragement through financial commitment by you guys that you want to do this. You want to start doing this with your kids, have them, and you can create societies in the apocalypse world that are paganism and horrifying, and teach your kids lessons, and then get these and do the same responses that pagans today have in these games, so that the kids can respond back to them. Especially the village, the sort of the victims of the leaders. The leaders, they're going to have to confront and fight for the most part. Not necessarily kill, but fight to the point that they want to surrender. And then you can possibly convert them, or they'll fight to the death. But the villagers, the people that are victims, they're the ones that are they're convinced of this religion, and you have to unbrainwash them and then get them to accept a church to come in and help teach them a better way. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Christian Sci-Fi one to show you what I've been working on. Let me just hold on here a sec. Okay, so this is the Christian Sci-Fi one, and I bought the commercial version of Space Engine, which is on Steam, and where it shows you like the galaxy, and you can go to each planet and zoom in and kind of go along the surface. It's the planets are a little simple, the surfaces, but I get these visuals, these backgrounds, and they're not essential to the game, but I'm just using them as visuals, fun visuals that I will be putting on for downloads so that you could use as backgrounds. And in another video, I do have how ships are, but this is how you make ships. You just kind of place them around, and I would love to get more illustrators to do more options and things that you can download, or I have like a site where you can kind of build it and then download the shape. That way, the ship is more you're going to see the interiors of ships more than the exteriors. But this way, you can kind of have custom shapes and different things, and then you can have the characters go in and actually be in them for different stories, or different for boarding battles, or the representation of you, like you got to go repair something, or getting hit and damaged, because in this game you roll randomly for different parts to get hit, and those can be damaged, and so you got to run over there and fix it right in the middle of the combat if it's needed. But so you're going to be getting this kind of stuff. What's this one here? Okay, this one I'm working on. So this is what the Space Engine will give in some of the planets that are solid. This is something that they're going to go check out and go down to on the planet, And there is going to be this is a space station, and this is all going to be included in my annual membership. All these tokens, and there are two versions: the WebP version, so that's easy for Foundry or Roll20 or whatever, and then the printable version, so you could print them out, cut them out, have the kids cut them out. I would say cut them out on cardstock paper, so they're a little more solid. They don't fold regular paper. And then of course you can print these out on paper, cut them, fold them, trim them. You got little paper minis. I really love miniatures. In my role playing games, I love to have representation like this of a battle map and miniatures. But I wanted to make it affordable. I used to have Warhammer 40K. I had tons of stuff. I had 100,000 points. Ridiculous. I had a huge army. I had 3 of the big guys, Bane Blades, and 40 tanks. So I was into miniatures. I painted all of them. I was into miniatures. But it's, I'm getting older. This is much more accessible, and I want it to be affordable for families and kids and stuff. So, and of course, you can draw your own stuff. It's so simple. The rules are such that you can create your own drawings or just use paper and chess pieces or whatever pieces you have already. It's not a big deal. Okay, so this is what I'm working on. You see, this is a platform, and this is another ship. Oh, this was a space battle. Check it out. They were getting shot. This was taken out. Oh, they took out their chapel and rec room. They took out another corridor, so they couldn't get to the engine. So if this engine got destroyed, they couldn't get to it. So yeah, this is and this. Oh, they actually did beat them though. They took out their guns. They took out the command center and killed one of the guys inside. So this ship is actually drifting away from them. I mean, they can easily go catch it and board it, and then have a little boarding fight because these guys are going to fight to the death. I presume, because they're the Red Cult. So that was the space battle. Oh, they had a little one man fighter that they shot and finally got it. Hard to hit, but once they hit it, boom. And this little guy is just these are just tiles, but then I make a little token of that so that it has all the basic stats of the ship on it in the parts. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff I'm going to be giving you guys for the annual membership. It's $40 normally, but on the Kickstarter is $25. And so last few days here, there's a lot here I'm offering. I'm also music. You get all this music that I've made. If you look on my YouTube, I have a whole bunch of music I've done in the past. That'll be on there, I think it already is accessible to the D&D stuff. And then I'll be making new music for this for these different settings. And I already have. There's some already there, or I haven't uploaded most of the new ones I've done, but I use them in my games. Plus, I'm doing all these shows so that you can see how the game is played, how I play it, and it is loosey goosey. It's rules light and loosey goosey, and I kind of flub it as I go. So, and we all have fun. And then we bring our faith into it. We bring our faith into everything. I believe now, from what I'm seeing from the world has put their zealotry in everything, in their fanaticism. They want it in sports, they want it in movies, they want it in shows. They want to push an agenda on you as a Christian, and we know it's against Christians. Well, it's time for us to put our faith in our our fighting the good fight into and enjoy it. I'm trying to teach you all that we need to, and I'm teaching myself, that we need to play these games and enjoy them with our faith in them. Because we have been brainwashed by ourselves and by them to don't bring I'm here to have fun. Don't bring in my faith. Don't bring in religion or politics. Well, they mean don't bring in Christianity and conservatism and the ideas of husband and wife and the ideas of the commandments. That's what they're referring to when they say religion and politics. They certainly bring in their religion and politics into the games and into the sports and into the shows. So it is not a matter of conquering them. It is a matter of being there so that they will hear both sides. People will. And our children will hear both sides. And then, of course, the chosen will choose the correct way, and the rest will do what they do. But we got to get along. But again, getting along doesn't mean surrendering or submitting to them. It means telling them the truth and having some role-playing game fun. Oh, yeah. I am very excited about this. I'm not going to stop. This is just wonderful. I hope this is God's will. I am not assuming or claiming it is. He may want me to go just be a quiet guy who does chairs and tables at the church. That could be fine too. I'm happy either way. As long as I love the Lord and the Lord loves me. But I'm going to do this for now, hoping that He'll bless me in this. And thanks for listening. All right.